Alright guys, this mower is the silver one I was showing you after we was working on that green weed eater. This one was, we had the three that we found on the curb. And this is the one that is totally rusted out. We was going to try to patch the deck up on it, see if we could get it going, but it's just way too far gone. Which, you know, as you can see, let me show you how bad this thing actually is. This, you know, the front, obviously, you can see where the deck, this is where it's supposed to be a side chute. They threw the piece of sheet metal on to try to patch it, which may have worked at the time, but this thing, I mean, you can see it's all of the whole front of the deck is gone. The side over here is the same way. Hardly anything in the front holding it, and this side's obviously gone. The back is gone, and the other side's the same way. So the deck, the metal's so thin, I don't even think I could get the welder to even work on it. It's pretty far gone. It'd probably just melt away when you hit it with the bead. But so still try to get it to run. You never know, it may run great, but I did start taking some of the stuff off already, because I've actually tried to make a video of this already, and I keep getting pulled away. So we're going to try to see what we can get done. And this is the tank. It didn't have no fuel line on it, and it looks like it's dried out now. It did have some water in it. Yeah, you can't even smell the odor of gas. It's got a little crack in it where it goes around. No big deal. It was missing a couple of the hold down screws. The oil is, I don't know if you want to call it oil. Yeah, probably ain't the world's best lighting, but it's more like a real gritty tar. So it had next to no oil in it. And what was in it was, almost looked like burnt oil and sand. And the carburetor I took off, it was missing the fuel line wasn't on it. It didn't have no air cleaner on it. And but the carb actually took it off already. The carburetor actually is really clean. I was really surprised. I mean, if you can see down inside that bowl, the bowl is clean. And the carb itself on the inside, I mean, it's clean. It has a odor of old fuel, but I mean, you can blow through it and everything. Everything still moves good, works good. You can blow air through it with no problem. So hopefully it's still good. I mean, I don't know about the rubber O-rings. The bowl was a little tough to get off, but so hopefully the O-ring won't leak. Even if it does, and maybe we can get at least enough fuel to run through it, see if it runs. It didn't have no plug in it, and it's starting to free up some now. When I first started turning it over, it didn't want to turn, so I unhooked. It doesn't have the cable on it, so I took the spring off where the stop mechanism is on it. Took the spring off of it, so, because it didn't have no way to release it. But let's see if we can get it there. Yeah, it's freeing up a lot now. Before, you can still feel it catching a little bit. Nothing like it was. It still grabs some. So we're not too worried about that. I mean, worst it's going to do is knock or not even run at all. But we'll see. Let's see. Moment of truth. Hopefully. Oh, wow. Yeah, that could be part of the issue. I don't know what in the world that is. It looks like total funk. Man, I really need to get you guys I guess you can kind of see it. That, let's see here. I don't even know what that is. Looks like straight freaking dirt. think it is. Feels it's all sandy, gritty. No wonder it's not wanting to turn over. Man, that's pretty bad. That'll have to be cleaned up. You can see, I'll show you that cylinder right there on the left-hand side. Turn it in here. There is a big giant blob of it right there. Just the hell was these people doing? Well, so that gasket's reusable because I definitely don't have one. Dang, boy. Let's see here. What do you think the odds of this thing running will be? I guess slim. We'll clean her up and give her a shot. But unfortunately, I will have to make it. Damn, it's just like sand in there. A two-part video. So we'll try to get it cleaned up some, and then I'll try to get it back together tonight. Then tomorrow, if we get home, then we'll try to get it back together tonight. Maybe tomorrow we'll see if she'll fire up. I hope. Let's see if the valves are working. Yeah, they're both moving. So we'll leave it right there. And good Lord, man. I need to run an air hose down here. At this, like a rat nest in it. Oh yeah. I don't know about this one, boys. Might have bit off more than we can chew here. See if we can get some of this stuff to come off real quick. I don't hold you guys up too long. This is already probably going to be a boring video. Looks like some of that stuff will come off. Yeah. Okay, so it should clean up. Ain't gonna be perfect. We'll get it cleaned up some. We'll do the head also. Yep. Alright, it's not going to be perfect, but I'll get it cleaned up and throw it back together. Get a plug. We'll see what happens. And, I don't know. It would be a miracle if it runs, but we'll try. Alright, I'll get it put back together and then we'll try to get it to start. So it didn't clean up too bad. We're just having the basics. Yeah, wire well. Did notice one thing though. What's that head look like? It's like a freaking ball sack. No, I'm just kidding. It cleaned up pretty good. It's, I mean, it still has, you know, carbon and stuff in it, of course, but, you know, we're not going all out for new. We're just trying to get it to work. if it will work. It'd be nice if it ran. So, these. So all I used was wire wheel and the other one with the stiff bristles on it. Good enough for me. So now I'll throw it back together a little bit of what I can for tonight, and then hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to get it fired up. Well, she's somewhat back together. Still gotta get the plug, get the cover on, carbs back on. Had to do a little ghetto rigging since the tank didn't have the screws that needed to hold it on. We've done some ghetto work. Had some plastic spacers from old TV mounts and Phillips screws. It turns, they don't hit. So that's a plus. To do the cover the same way when it goes in. Throw a couple self-tappers in there. We'll have the cover on it. And all that'll leave is spark plug and run a piece of fuel line from the tank to the carb and hoping that bowl doesn't leak. And then we'll try to fire it up. And oh, I so ran that number that's on here, cleaned up where I get the number, no help. They're saying the code I need is somewhere on the block. I looked all over, I ain't that worried about it. It is what it is. If it runs, it runs. If it don't, then I don't know. Got some odd and end parts off of it we can keep for another one. But getting there. Get this cover on. Get the plug in it. Oil. It all cleaned up pretty nice inside. It's turning a lot smoother, and we'll go from there. Give you a good look at the bottom of the deck. I had it up, checking out the oil that was in it. Look at that. It's gone. That's the patch that they put in it. You can see all the way around this thing, man. It is just gone. Gone, gone, gone. It's all gone. And you got something, check this oil out. This is what little bit of oil that was in it. It's like total sludge. You probably can't see. You might be able to see it in there. Looks like it's got a lot of metal in it, which I wouldn't doubt. That's the way they treated it. Let's see. And here's the nail. Look at that. That is just terrible. Won't even drip off the nail. That's awful. So it just had a fine stream going across. It's crazy. I can't believe that. But next step, I got everything back together on it, minus the plug. Put some oil on it. Well, that kind of just took care of the front. Put the covers on. The tank, it still has a little bit of water, and I tried blowing through the cap. Hardly any air whatsoever would come out, so I'm going to have to jerry rig a tank to run down. I'll figure out something to run it down to where it runs through the carb to feed it fuel. That's, you know, kind of just defeating the purpose if it even runs at all. But We shall see. I'm hoping. Be nice. I'd be amazed. But we're almost there. Almost time to get it fired up. Alright, next day. She got home a little bit before dark, so we're going to try to start it up. Actually, the fuel bowl is leaking on it, which I kind of expected, so it's dripping gas. And hopefully she'll still start. Got the fuel tank on it, get her rigged, kind of like everything else. The only thing I got left to do is put some oil in it, so I'm going to find some oil and I'll be right back. Alright, here we go. Oil's in it, fuel's in it. It's leaking fuel, so I'm going to do it the easy way. It's cold out, it's starting to get dark. Give her a little shot of start fluid. Alright, let's take some bits. Our Ghetto Fabulous lawnmower. Yeah, right. Oh man, the stuff I get myself into. Boys, I don't know if this is going to happen. I can't get it jack. Nope. She's just not wanting to turn over. Nope, ain't gonna happen. So, this one's a fail. We tried though. But at least we got some parts. So, we really wasn't banking on it running anyway. She's in pretty rough shape. It's turning over super hard. But I'll salvage some stuff off of it. And maybe this spring when it warms up outside, I'll get it out here where I got more room, mess with it a little more. It's hard to tell. As beat up as it is, it's liable to have burnt bearings or anything. It's kind of hard to tell anyway. I don't want to hold you guys up. It's all ghetto rigged together. Turning over super hard. And you've seen how the cylinder looked. It had, I don't even know how in the world it would have got gritty dirt and it looked like sand. Just the way it was stored, I guess, or it's hard to tell. Somebody could have tossed it in through the carb and sucked it into the cylinder. But thanks for watching. I know it was a crappy video. We tried. God knows we tried. So we'll get this one out of the way, save it for parts. And this one will be the next one up whenever I get a chance to mess with it. This one is the third one that we found in that pile. This one is the Poland Pro 7 1/4 horse. This is the one that tries to pull the string out of your hand when you crank it. So I don't even know if it runs. It might run, who knows. But I got a comment on this one. I can't remember his name, but they was telling me that the timing's probably off, which I fully agree. That's kind of how it acts. And I had a power washer a long time ago. It was the same way and had to fix it. It was a complete timing issue. So this one, you never know. This might be a good mower. It's got a real nice deck, wheels. I mean, everything's really nice on it. Definitely needs a bath, which it'll get if it runs, if we can get it running. But thanks for watching. I don't want to hold you guys up. Sorry this video was so crappy. But you know, that old silver mower, it was definitely been through it's been through hell and back. So I wasn't counting on it running. I was counting on it being parts. And I almost forgot. I finally got let's look at the bit. Oh, here it is. Finally went to Jegs. Got the gear marking compound, so hopefully this weekend, Saturday, I'm hoping, be able to get the rear end and the back together on the K5. and we'll see how well that works out. So sorry it was such a crap video, but thanks for watching, and we'll see what happens with this pole when we get the chance. Thank you.